for Lich and Monkey King into the Doom. They should be doing well. And then you want to snowball. But snowballing just wasn't a thing in these last couple of weeks. That's very sad. I don't know what it is. I just had to shut up to listen to the voice line. Very beautiful.
I play pubs with some people who are from C, so I've heard that one a lot of times. A few too many times, personally, if I'm honest.
Do you know what it means?
No idea.
Okay. I need to find a way to translate it. If anyone in the chat knows what it means, please tweet at Snare, not at me. Get into his DMs.
All right, you can do it. At Snegodamas is open. Come holler at a boy. Let me know the secrets of the song from SMG.
He'll relay it to me, I'm sure. You won't keep it hidden.
For a small fee, of course. Game 1 went the way of IG. Game 2, Sumail on this Void Spirit. Well, you mentioned in the last game that he had to make a lot more space given who the offlaner was. This is a much more standard drop from them, so he can play a more standard current mid laner, soaking up a lot of farm and being uber impactful on the map and scale with damage on this Void Spirit.
He can. It's just not the easiest lane for him, but I feel like the Void Spirit is in a good spot right now in this game to do his normal stuff, Echo Saber, Manta. I think it's a really good build for the current game. Some Nullifier a little bit later on. He can create enough space for Monet to come online and be the true carry of the game. PYW and Centaur, by the way, this is a super old school combo of a lane.
Disruption into Hoof Stomp.
Yep.
It's good times.
Disruption, Hoof Stomp, double edge, a ton of damage. Not the easiest one to survive, and I love that Phoenix already blocked a hard camp in the enemy triangle. It's another thing that you need to do when you're playing versus Shadow Demon, right? Block camps as soon as possible.
Shadow Demon, one of these heroes, super easy to stack up all these camps, and we've seen the influence of having massive stacks can have in these games. But now we're on into game 2. Lanes have started off. The mid lane is going to be interesting to watch. TA versus Void Spirit. Not because we don't know how the lane should go, but we don't get to see TA all that often. So I wonder how Aster decides to answer her. Because I don't think they want to spend the entire game just letting Sumail go 1v1 versus this TA.
Yeah, what's interesting for me is that they actually switch things up when it comes to supports. So Techies will actually be playing versus Lich and Monkey. Brings you some more damage, I suppose. You have a bit better of kill potential. And also Techies is dodging the Shadow Demon lane, which is, I think, pretty good for him.
That might leave the Doom in a bit of an awkward spot, though. It depends on how Dust decides to play this lane, though. And bottom, there's going to be a lot of random pokes and prods down bottom. Shang is going to get hit into as much as possible by Monet right now.
Yeah, but he pulled. Like, PYW actually managed to pull. And he managed to disrupt him. Is this a dead Phoenix?
It is indeed. Phoenix is going to die as first blood. PYW. Demonstrating why I call this guy PY-Dub, man. Getting a very big win for his team down bottom.
PY-Dub indeed. And he managed to pull, right? So 3 melee creeps got denied by the trolls. Really rough.
What a player.
Yeah, really rough start. And I'm surprised that this hard camp isn't blocked.
Oh, it is now. He heard you. Piggy was like, all right, my bad. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, 100% something that you need to do. Especially when you're playing versus a lane that's kind of strong, maybe stronger than yours. Let's see. Like, so far, Shadow Demon with Disruption and Centaur are doing really well on the bottom lane. We'll see just how well they can emulate that on top. I feel like Dust and QIQX should also be doing all right.
So far, they're just farming away on this Monkey King. Same is true of middle. Super even between Sumail and Emo.
Yeah. The Teemo has a couple of extra creeps under the tower, so he'll get those. But overall, yeah, still pretty even.
So one thing about Dust is that he tends to go on his Monkey King. His usual build-up is Echo BKB, one of the few Monkey Kings that almost refuses to buy a farming item. Given that you're playing into a Doom who's going to scale phenomenally, I imagine a TA of Void Spirit rather can also do quite well. Is this the game that you can afford to skip that, or do you still stick to the fighting build and try and move with the TA?
It depends on the way you want to play the game. I feel like you could go for a fighting build, but Battle Fury for me also sounds really damn solid. Make sure that that late game is yours. Sumail, mid lane.
Mid, Sumail, whew. I mean, he's okay-ish. Doesn't have any regen, but Emo doesn't feel the need to dive him either.
Yeah, he took so much damage there. There's a salve flying out, at least, to him. And the 4-minute rune will spawn.
QIW is positioning to potentially stack here and maybe get the runes. QIQX should be fine up on top. Him and Dust are low, but ultimately they're okay. In this mid lane, Sumail struggling to get back into the lane itself, despite being able to pick up the water rune. Being zoned out by the TA, so they'll be like, all right, fine, cool. I can't get waves. I might as well go get a bounty.
Is there anything surprising you so far from the lanes? Maybe the Doom is getting a bit more than I expected, but besides that, I feel...
Well, let's see. I thought we were going to be able to get at least a kill in the top lane. I am kind of surprised by how kill light it's been. But Boca dives in with the blast off. All right, so he makes sure that XXX isn't the one that dies, but he certainly should be. I just thought there'd be more of those happening.
Ask and you shall receive, my liege. Instantly they make it happen for you, and maybe the Doom is also dead on top lane.
They have mana for the Sinister Gaze from QIQX. Dust, Boundless Strike in a moment. Doesn't even need it. QIQX gets the Frost Blast out.
Mid lane, we see the TP coming from Baboka actually on Emo. If they could Remnant him into the tower, this might be a kill. He's got your fraction.
Blast off in a second. They will go in for the stun. Oh my god, he just goes in, invis. Oh man, Melt. Invisibility is invulnerability, and Sumail might be the one that dies instead. PYW got off some poison. It's not going to be enough though. He popped it a little bit too soon. The dive in from Baboka lets him kill off PYW and also escape with his life. Not enough damage coming back the opposite direction from Emo.
Oh to god, Baboka. Like he's the kind of position forward that will do this. He also won't bring you the sentry. You know, he won't bring the sentry to secure that kill on TA. But he will make sure to get one of these crazy kills going his way. Centaur does die in the end to Monet and Phoenix.
Yep. As soon as they recognize that he's all alone down bottom, they pounce upon him. They kill him off. Although it was not an easy one. It did take him being a little bit out of position. And of course, he doesn't have boots or level 6. Once one of those is available, that kill becomes practically impossible to achieve bottom.
Look at Sumail. He's just sitting on his high ground. There's a TA with traps and DD on the other side. Like, you cannot approach this lane. You literally can't get close to Emo.
Emo right now. Very happy to just keep on farming here. We will have a rotation from PQ on his Phoenix, but because it's not the techies, there's very low likelihood of actually killing Emo here.
No, that's just for the sentry, I feel like. Just get the Doom once again. Yeah. The game is becoming harder and harder for him.
Doesn't have a Ring of Health. Building into a Vanguard first. So Vanguard Midas, I anticipate coming in from him.
You know what? Like, this is one of those lanes where Vanguard doesn't even save you. You know, it's good, but it's not a lifesaver. It's still gonna be difficult to survive versus Monkey and Lich.
That's actually true. Do you think he maybe just buys the value Ring of Health and then transition into something later?
I'm not sure. Maybe Vanguard and Crimson Guard is still good because you're playing versus TA, right? Like, it will give you some bonus sustainability against them. But maybe just a Ring of Health, yeah.
This has a ring flying right now. On bottom, His safe laner Monet also just farming, but he might be in some danger here because they took a twin gate down bottom, but middle, they're first trying to aggress onto Emo. Sumail cannot latch him with the Aether Remnant, so he remains living.
They saved the rune for Sumail, which is pretty important. And also, by the way, I take that back.
They have vision. Hold on.
Monet.
Look at Monet.
Yeah.
They see him. Will they go for him? QIQX wants the Sinister Gaze first. He gets off the shift. They can't get him. They're gonna try it anyway. They go on to him. He's still shifting away, waveforming on top of the tower. Boundless Strike was committed, so they have nothing left to cancel the TP.
Centaur, my poor boy, you had Tumbler's toy. You could have jumped.
He used it. He already used it.
Okay. When it comes to, by the way, the Vanguard that we talked about on Doom, I'm taking that back. Vanguard needs to be bought on him because he's gonna disassemble it and make Octarine core anyway, right? So Vanguard pretty good.
He's just farming for now. Tier 1 tower bottom was dropped. Emo getting aggressed into. They do pop the Stampede so he can get away from this fight. And now they want to turn. Piku gets blown up. Sinister Gaze going out onto Sumail as well. They don't have the lockdown necessary as Dust misses with the Boundless Strike. However, they have the chase. Sumail trying to run himself away. There's a TA trap there to give the vision. Astral Step still 8 seconds on cooldown. PYW here with the disruption. Sean Yu here with the hoof stomp. And IG here with the kill onto the king as they come back and fight hard in their own jungle.
They just refuse to let this TA die. They refuse to have Emo more than 3 deaths per series. It feels like game 1 didn't die. Game 2 so far didn't die. It's only 10 minutes in, but the ganks are not fruitful against him.
This game right now, IG might not be necessarily fully in control just yet, but they're responding incredibly well on the map overall. And they're still farming quite heavily.
They are. You asked earlier, by the way, about Dust and his build. Is it going to be maybe better for him to be more active? And it is. Like, with the TA in the game, he's going for Echo Saber. He wants to be fighting a little bit more often. This is some Mickey-style Monkey King.
This is the Dust build. Literally never seen him build a farming item.
Didn't he go Battle Fury last game?
No. He went... the Battle Fury was from Ghost in the other series.
Oh, you're right.
Will end up dead here. Monet and Sumail able to get the kill. A lot of damage came to Sumail though with the Chain Frost. That was kind of scary. He will ultimately live though.
Yeah, just buying... They killed the Lich, but Timo is farming the Ancients. He's fine. No one is pushing mid. PYW is getting his level 6 there. If you are IG, you're fine with that trade.
I think Aster, though, are unhappy with how this game is going. They want more of this map. And they smoke up with 2. Phoenix and Sumail jumping in again. Sumail, though, losing a lot of HP. They pop the Stampede to immediately run away from the Supernova. Man, I hate that interaction if you're playing Phoenix. They press R, fight's over, can't do anything.
Yep, but at least the cooldown on Stampede is a bit worse now. I feel like it was better long time ago, and you pop the egg and there's always Stampede. This time around, it's kind of similar, right? 120 versus 100. So not a lot of leeway to work with. You pop ult, they pop ult. Okay, sure, we trade them, that's it.
But one thing you were mentioning just before that little fracas broke out, it is still indeed IG having control of all their lanes, getting farm on all their cores. I'm feeling very unhurried about this game.
Yeah, but I don't think Aster is in a huge rush as well. Bottom lane. Do take down
Aster,
Lich.
Find Lich, but they might end up losing Phoenix, but Boundless Strike still on cooldown for too long. I don't think Dust can chase.
Yeah. Like, there's a difference, right? Like, Dust is playing Monkey King that's not really building a Battle Fury or anything like that. He's going for this Halberd, so he probably wants to be joining as many fights as possible. Meanwhile, on the other side, perhaps Void Spirit is the one, but besides him, you have Morph happy to chill and farm. Doom as well, going for Midas. Like, he's in no rush. He's like, yeah, sure, keep on chilling. I want to get my Midas. I want to get 9 slotted minute 40.
Looks like Team Aster are afraid of that particular outcome as they're going to smoke up. They have a haste rune at the ready for this emo TA. However, the game sense is a bit too good from Radiant lineup. We already had the Doom backing off before the gank came anywhere close to him. They do scout him out right now, but the smoke has already finished, so they can't actually jump him. IG.
Lich?
Did they lose QIQX? Yeah, he's dead. Chain Frost, though, might kill the Phoenix. Phoenix will pop Supernova, but Dust should be able to destroy this. They're giving him a lot of leeway. But it eventually, with the help of this TA, manages to take it out. Monet realizes he can't TP out right in front of the TA. They pop Stampede as well. They really want to chase the Morphling and bring PYW closer for the disruption, but they do not find it.
Nice attempt with the Stampede to catch them, but also a very nice remnant from Sumail, preventing Emo from catching up. Also, it wasn't really about Emo, it was about Shadow Demon. He needed to be the one that gets close. PYW just making one stack after another. Like, this man is a stacking machine.
Gonna get taken advantage of by this TA, so she can finish off her Desolator. We'll see if we get one of those TAs of old, where like 17 minutes, treads, Deso Blink. Doesn't seem like it's gonna be one of those though. She's really farm, but not obscenely so thus far. IG enjoy a 2k gold lead for the moment, but something that we just saw again with the move they attempted, similar to the first game. Seems to take a lot of time before they find out the exact patterns they need to approach to connect onto Team Aster with these smoke ganks.
Yep, I think this time around even it's just important for them to take down these tier 1s on the side lanes. Because Emo is going to have his Dezo any second now. Dezo Dragonlance, you can easily threaten Rosh. Even this early on. They're tipping top with the monkey, but this isn't truly a kill. One of the problems that they've got, you mentioned it during the draft, is like the catch isn't there for Morphling, and of course, if it's not there for Morphling, there's not there for Void Spirit, so hard to kill these heroes off.
They're gonna need Shangye to be excellent with his execution. He does have a Blink Dagger, but maybe they need like a mobility item on the Lich as well. Dude, I would be so happy if QIQX bought Blink. Blink Sinister Gaze, baby, let's go.
Well, maybe some Aetherlance as well, you know, it could come in handy. Usually it's just some Pavis, Glimmer Cape though, Force Staff maybe.
They are smoked up right now, hoping to try and take the tier 1 tower through middle. Would have been nice to find a pick-off on top of it, but they'll very happily content themselves with this tier 1. Should be able to find it. Doesn't seem like Team Aster has any interest in defending this. Although Monet is putting some pressure onto the tier 1 tower bottom, so they are getting something on the map.
Yeah, and he's getting very close to the Manta. Meanwhile, Sumail taking... So 2 towers for 1, basically, right? If you're IG, how do you alleviate this ratting? You go for another objective, a big one, and that's probably Rosh. I feel like you could do it. Centaur can tank it easily. Then you have the Dezo, they're pinging it out. Actually, Radiant is pinging it out, so they're expecting it to happen.
Looks like their expectations are correct, though, because they are heading directly there. Emo will pop an Arcane Rune, and they're aware that this is happening. The question is, what can they do about it? Down bottom, we're all going to lose the life of PYW, potentially. He got dusted up preemptively, so no escape from Monet. And that makes it a sort of 4v5 scenario, because he does not have buyback, and they're coming in from Team Aster.
It might be a bit dangerous now, yeah. They are smoking up. They could be a bit late, depending on how many bashes happen here on Emo.
Oh my god. My god, Emo, dude, you can't be this unlucky. Dust feels pressured into popping Wukongs. QIQX will give up his life outside of the Roshan pit so they can take down the Aegis. The question is, can they get out of here? Dust jumps onto the trees, trying to dance himself away. The TPs are on, the TPs are successful. And IG leave the Lich behind, but secure the Aegis and the lives of their cause.
That's one of those, you're saluting him as he marches into his death. Brave soldier, thank you for your service.
Oh, he went down with the ship, man. What a guy.
Yeah, I mean, a really good play. Delayed them just enough. Doom was getting very, very close. XXS, not yet with the Blink Dagger, though, however, so he couldn't really, even if he wanted to, he couldn't just jump in and catch someone with a stomp.
IG. We'll see what they end up doing and accomplishing with this Aegis. We have several heroes down bottom thinking about taking away the tier 2 tower. They also just picked up a Blink Dagger for Emo. So looks like we're all having those old TA timings. Nice.
Yeah, everything coming together pretty much at the same time. They just need Dust's BKB and they're extremely happy to take these fights. And keep in mind, even though Morphling is considered, the Remnant doesn't connect.
It does not. He does manage to get off the Dissimulate Astral Step, so he will live. But that's half his HP that was taken there. So he might not be able to position to defend the actual tier 2.
If Centaur was there to follow up with another stun, they'd kill him. Another thing that they can think about is an Orchid on someone, right? Like a Ballad Turn, perhaps. We'll see. I don't think that they're in a bad place when it comes to late game as well. Like Templar Assassin and Monkey King feel that they scale fairly well.
Well, looks like they don't even have any time to get to the late game because they are trying to put pressure onto Team Aster right now. Tier 3 tower already taking some hits down bottom, and they're faking back somewhat. Like, Shangyu is baiting here. Dust is not leaving. He's waiting in the wings just in case.
They might want to bait out like a Doom or an Egg, and then you just use Stampede and run away. I feel like that could be a good idea. Instead, they go on Monet mid.
Monet taking some pressure here. He should be able to get himself out with some help, but there's no help incoming. He's all alone right now inside the Wukongs, right-click down by IG.
That's so much hate.
Whew. You know what? They all feel the same way about Morphling, man. It's either on our team for Emo or this hero's garbage. Let's kill it. They destroy the hero.
That was a lot of hate. By the way, the same Morphling that you're talking about, he's not going for anything like Aghanim Scepter, which is decent into TA, right? Like snatching away her attack speed would be solid. Instead, he's going for Skadi, which is also good. Like a lot of armor that you get to work with against the set TA is always useful. I'm just worried, like, how fast will he come online?
Well, at the pace he's going right now, could still happen in the next, like, 10 minutes. But if IG increase the tempo, makes it much harder to accomplish that. BKB now up for this Monkey King, so we could very well see them mounting one more move before this Aegis expires.
Yeah, with 1 minute and 20 seconds, this is at least the tier 2.
Maybe they're gonna steal the Tormentor as well.
Pretty good idea, right? But Phoenix is TP'd in already.
Oh, it's too late though. Tormentor's already gone. Shadow Demon gets access to this, so we get the upgraded Demonic Cleanse. Tier 2 tower, there's no hope to save this.
Yeah. Remember how broken that was when it just came into the game? Shadow Demon first pick.
Oh yeah, first pick, first every game, every single game.
Just get the shard.
But now it's a little bit better, it's fine. It's been balanced out. It's still strong, but it's not like disgusting.
Look at the
You might
smoke.
see some of that strength being purveyed onto Sumail as he finds himself trying to get a rune. He still actually manages to escape. No way. If he gets out of this, he really is a god. King himself is out. What a player.
And they didn't even stack the stuns that heavily, I feel like, right? He just had one of those healing lotuses. He used it and escaped afterwards. This is still a problem for them. They have some stuns, but not too much, not too many disables.
Team Aster wants to leverage some of their own disables. We see them smoke for the first time in a while. Have Blink Doom with the Heaven's Halberd available. But the vision control, look at IG. Dust is on the high ground, giving his team the vision they need. And they're going to start the fight by going onto this Morphling. Wukong's command will be dropped down with the Chain Frost bouncing as well. The Doom will come out onto Centaur after he's already used the Chain Frost, or the Stampede rather. Chain Frost forces away the Doom. Supernova will pop, but doesn't stun anybody on the side of IG. And now they need to try and run. Sumail trying to finish off at least the Centaur, but Centaur is still alive. He eventually will die, but QIQX will ensure that they can set up for a kill onto Sumail, blasting him with the Frost Blast, enabling Dust to get the kill.
Damn, that was so not worth it. Yeah, they're gonna lose. On top of that lost fight, they're gonna lose another tier 2. There's no egg, there's no Doom. I don't feel that you have to worry about anything as IG. Even though you don't have Centaur, I feel that you're in control here.
Doom's gonna jump in though. Yeah. Finds the stun onto TA. She's still alive for now. QIQX buys some time with the Sinister Gaze. And they didn't even manage to pop through her refraction charges. So she's still ready to push on the tier 2 tower. They could potentially try and make something happen, but
with the
it's
glyph.
rough.
With the glyph, maybe you move back. Centaur is not there. Void Spirit is up. Perhaps you don't have to just put yourself in an unfavorable position for a tier 2 that you're about to take anyway, eventually.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's all good. PYW will just get these TA illusions, and he'll make it happen the long way around. It's cool.
Yep. Not sure what the reasoning of Doom on Centaur was. It's like one thing. PYW sending his own illusions now down mid, but he will be caught.
Caught indeed. Stampede though will be there from the Centaur, and that's going to enable him to get out. Dust drops down a Bounter Strike to cover the retreat. Goes into a Glimmer Cape yet again, but he will be dragged back by the Aether Remnant. And as he dies, saws PYW. Maybe that's why he got doomed. They're so annoyed by not killing these heroes through Stampede. He's just like, I don't even care if the Stampede is out. I just want you to know that I don't like you.
He's saving way too many heroes. Needs to be punished. You're too good for this game. Get doomed.
Exactly. So this map, after they get that kill, they come back to their side. Morphling finishes off a Skadi. So definitely tankier, beefier, harder to kill. And going into BKB as well, making sure he's not going to be caught out by some random chain disables and brought down from 100 to 0. At the very least, he will be able to BKB before one of these stuns hits, because the only easy stun that'll catch him without him doing anything is definitely this Lich with the Sin Gaze, but Lich, no way you get to the Morphling first before he gets off BKB.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of utility, a lot of things that are coming together, like a Manta versus the Refraction Charges is also good, the Shivas on XXS, he's got the Plate Mail now, Greaves on Techies will come soon, so, well, actually he's got him. So overall,
nice.
They're in a much better spot to fight this time around, but there's a smoke coming from IG. And because of PYW showing mid, they might not know about it.
2 heroes caught with the Hoof Stomp, Chain Frost onto both of them, and they managed to kill off the Phoenix. XXX does get a Doom out onto Dust, so there's no Wukongs for this fight. They have to leave the area. There was a buyback on the Phoenix as well. Aether Remnant throws back Emo. Emo needs some help here. PYW certainly there to help him out. Demonic Purge onto Sumail, Cleanse onto TA, and that ends the fight for both parties.
Very clean. Dust, he does see Sumail here. And they should know that there are wards. There's also Sentry scouting out this ward. QIQX.
QIQX gets a D ward, dies for it. Does have buyback if he wants to return. We'll leverage it immediately. Emo still on the high ground here. So both sides have a support hero that bought back. And there is a Roshan to play around. The TA trap does scout it out, but I don't think IG want to go there without at least a pick-off.
Yeah, the difference is the support on Radiant has egg still, right? Like he has his big ulti. It's a level 2 egg now. He just got it. Monet.
Oh, they're gonna try and lay onto Monet inside the Wukongs. Do they have the chain disabled? No, they do not. He Manta's waveforms out. Sumail, though, might not have the same luxury, but he does have Dissimulate and has avenues of escape. As he leaves, IG want to give chase, but who's going to be the hero to make this happen for them? Demonic Purge out onto Doom. The 2 supports yet again caught by Shangya. And there's the Supernova you mentioned. However, they might not get anybody with these stuns. They're getting out some chain disables onto Monkey King, but he gets saved by the disruption. He's still alive for now. Turns around, staying alive in the midst of this fight. Sunray, though, burning these IG heroes down. Monkey King is gone. They need to flee. Emo losing his refraction charges and now losing his life. Chain Frost, though, doing so much work coming in from QIQX. The Stampede makes sure Emo lives, and Shangyu finds another 2 heroes down on the back edge of the fight. Disruption onto Morphling will be nice, but eventually Shangyu will die. Emo, a little bit too close, buddy. You need to leave. You need to leave. People die to keep you alive. Do not waste their sacrifice.
It was still a nice attempt from him. I can't believe he's going in after all of that. He tries to take out Smail, because he has a shard, by the way, on TA. So he's silencing the Void Spirit and trying to eliminate him, but the Manta is exactly for those situations. So Sumail uses Manta and almost turns on the TA. Overall, that fight, for me, looked extremely forced by IG. They followed way too deep. They went way too deep. Centaur kinda... Yeah, he's getting these amazing 2-man stuns all the time on supports, but they're... For some reason, they're just forcing it a little bit too far out. Even though they didn't have the BKBs here already, like they used most of their abilities. At least they will not be punished with an free Roshan, right? They can still fight it.
Yeah. Rosh himself, 50 seconds before he goes to work. And now he's just chilling at the crib, hanging out. And IG will try to go visit him at his house. They assume that Team Aster is also in the vicinity.
So he works during the day, not during the night. He goes...
Yeah.
Okay.
Monet reveals himself, already starting the attribute shift. He knows what's up. He's prepared for any kind of jump that could come his way. And they even smoke up themselves for Team Aster. And look at this. We saw this in the previous game. Going to stack up on the Radiant side Twin Gate and prepare for the approach of Roshan. And there's no way they kill it fast enough before Roshan makes his move.
Oh, Dust. He was close, but not close enough, not fast enough. And what do you do if you're IG right now? Do you just all go together? What's the play? Do you TP to the tier 2?
They're pinging it. They're thinking about it.
They don't know.
Or maybe what you do,
yeah,
you let Roshan go first, right?
And
give
then
it a few seconds. Because they're not going to just stand on the high ground, right? They have to actually go into the pit. But Boboka obviously getting the vision, but it's too late. If they're not here now, they're not going to get here in time. I think Roche goes to Team Aster.
It's just like you could see that they don't know what the plan is. They were just kind of running it left and right in circles. Because it's a huge advantage when one of these teams goes through the Twin Gates. Huge advantage. You just set up a fight, you set up a place, and now Roche will be taken. Monet gets the Aegis, Sumail gets the cheese.
Wow.
It's quite of a big deal for Aster.
Team Aster right now, Aegis and cheese in tow. Still, the game is not like it's terrible for IG, but it's starting to get quite good for Aster.
What's Dust doing?
BKB just picked up from Monet. Dust is right now dying, I think. Stampede's gonna bail him out of trouble. Sumail has only one astral step, so he doesn't want to commit it all the way forward. That was a weird place to be for the monkey.
I'm not even sure why he was jumping there. Like, there were no creeps. There's a Void Spirit that he definitely cannot kill. Maybe the techies, but even the techies with Greaves, I feel like survives against him. There's Taser and you just run away. They're still setting up. They want to kill Sumail here.
You know what's actually really funny? So many times they've tried to kill Sumail, and it's turned into lots of reinforcements appearing out of nowhere for Team Aster. This is one of the few times he was genuinely alone. And then if they jumped him, he would not have had anybody to help him. But that's also the time they decide they don't want that smoke. It's really funny.
That's also the power of pushing out lanes. Because the lanes are pushed out, you don't see a lot on the map. You just see Monet, so you don't know who's behind Sumail. It could be no one, it could be 3 of them.
Aster. Gonna try and make sure that they utilize this Aegis to accrue as much map control as possible. Maybe steal a Tormentor, but mostly about taking away all of these objectives. And they are gonna get the Tormentor from this bottom side of the map. Is it gonna go to Phoenix? That's so good. Oh, it gets techies. Meh. Aside.
Yeah, Phoenix. Next time, maybe.
I mean, they still have their own run to go for, so if they can manage to come back onto Radiant side and claim that Tormentor as well, then almost certainly he gets it then, unless he has the worst luck in the world.
Bottom tower is under attack.
It would be between him and Void Spirit, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
yes.
It would actually be really sad if he wouldn't get it. So, Monkey King Dust, he did complete his next big item, and that's the Skadi. It's pretty useful, especially in this game. You're playing versus Morphling, right? Emo, we didn't mention it because no fight happened with it, but he has Daedalus now for quite some time.
Tower is under attack.
Going into Lincoln's next to make sure he doesn't get doomed. Blows up all the mines, gets scared, TP's out.
Well, this is why people picked techies or TA into techies.
Yeah.
Trigger all those bombs without having to threaten your own life to do it.
I feel like they know where the Dust is. They see him jumping around.
Feels like they do. XXX was walking in the exact area he was at. Emo TP's out. Dust has a TP. Should probably use it sooner rather than later. Fam, he's been playing this left side of the map so dangerously for so long this game.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't catch him yet. They might now, though. He's showing Void Spirit is gonna go. Is there a TP? Oh, can you believe that?
Wow, okay. Illegal plays coming in from Dust. You should not be allowed to play that aggressively, farm like that, and just get out for free, but he does it. He's out.
But that jump was literally like 50-50 for Sumail. Use it on the lower tree or on the higher tree, because he catches him on any of those trees. So unfortunate. But it looks like maybe a smoke is going to happen. They're converging here. They don't have actually a smoke, so for now, never mind. But the courier should be maybe bringing it, no?
Nope.
What's the Aegis timer? 30 seconds. If you're IG, you could force a fight, perhaps. You will be having Lincolns as well.
Lincoln's on the TA. Dust with the full Skadi, building into a harpoon next for himself on the MK. But the scary thing is the scalability on these Aster heroes. We're not that far for a butterfly for this Morphling. And he'll have it before the next Roshan fight comes along. And of course, the Shivas should be complete for the Doom too, so some tools are starting to come together for the side of Team Aster. You can even see that reflected in the win probability graph. Like 5-10 minutes ago, it was closer to 80-20, but now it's pretty much a 50-50 matchup.
Yeah, just some big things. And big heroes when it comes to scalability on the side of Aster. Waiting for the smokes. Let's see. Smoke flying out. IG have done it. If you're Aster, you know this is coming though.
Top tower.
Aegis has been reclaimed recently.
Get the scan, bro.
And
Oh,
perfect. Perfect, yeah.
I must say, Team Aster, in terms of how to play, you were praising IG for how to play the game state in Game 1.
Top tower.
Game 2, Team Aster showing us how to play the map. They're just playing so well, stretching IG from corner to corner the entire time.
I have to say that it does help having such mobile heroes, right? It's very nice to draft in a way in which the talent that these players possess, it shines through. Sometimes you're playing just some, I don't know, some Wraith King you can't even Sven, you know, you have to show yourself on the map. You can't just outpush. You don't even have a Manta, no waveform to work with, just some Blink Dagger. This time around, you have him on one side, you have Void Spirit on the other.
Speaking of Void Spirits,
Yeah, they want to fight.
have we seen this nullifier yet? Yeah, I don't think they revealed it fully in a fight, so they want to use it. They're going forward. Dust gets vision. He will drop down the Wukong's command. They find the stance onto XXX. The Doom, though, is still alive. Stampede will be popped, and Doom eventually does go out, but it gets bounced back onto the Doom himself. Dust trying to do his utmost to fight against Monet, but being doomed up, all he can do is destroy the Supernova. But that being said, Monet then comes back now with the BKB in tow, right-clicking down the Monkey King on the back edge of the fight. Sumail needs to try to get himself away from here as they find, and oh no, they caught Emo. Emo doesn't have refraction. They're buying back on the supports. They want to save him. He's inside the meld right now. Do they not have reveal? Surely something needs to kill him. And even though they don't have reveal, they do have some ground targeting abilities, and they bring down the TA. No buyback for Emo, and potentially a lane of racks to be taken by Team Aster.
Let's see, they have buyback on Monkey, but even if he buybacks, can he actually contribute a lot? He might have to.
It does. Waveform through Lich. Lich is dead. Dieback on him. PYW in danger. 3 heroes inside the hoof stomp, followed up by a 3-hero boundless strike. But sadly, Lizard, all the damage is sitting on Emo. So as long as the TA is dead, they cannot actually do anything to these heroes that are stunned up. So Aster killed them all and easily should be able to take the tier 1 or the first lane of racks for this game.
Dire's bottom tower.
The only question is, it has to be the only, right? The only thing else that they can do is go for Throne. They didn't pick up the gem, by the way, when it dropped. So it's some prize, I guess. Small little one for IG. Okay, they actually take down the tier 2 mid, so they can perhaps even threaten another set of Rexes. Dust is just a very sad Monkey King. Like, if he bought back, if he used that buyback earlier, I feel like they're just, okay, we forced the buyback, let's go back. This way, however,
Dire's middle tower.
two sides are about to be taken.
The game is feeling very much over. The TA, I feel like they missed their timing with this TA, right? To be able to be the biggest, baddest hero on the map. We never actually really got to see them take big fights as the TA was scaling. So now by the time that they are trying to take these fights, Aster a bit too strong. And much to my chagrin, Liz, the strongest hero on the map is Morphling. Game is hard.
Yeah, the jump from Emo, by the way, there on Sumail in that last fight when he died, it wasn't that bad. He was probably hoping to blow him up before the cheese happens, but that cheese just heals up Sumail and then they turn on the TA.
The TA, she's building MKB next to try and deal with the butterfly from this Morphling. So given that right now they are very far behind on the side of IG, you mentioned earlier that as they scale throughout the game, it's not terrible scaling. You have TA, you have MK. What do they have to wait for now before they can make a move against Aster?
You see on both cores what they're buying, and I feel they're very correct. Both of them do need them. That's the MKBs, or the TA and the Monkey King queuing them up. Besides that, there's really nothing that huge that's coming into play for them.
At least get a small media item in the form of this halberd for IG. Shangyu has this, but Sumail going to join the rest of his team. Should have an Aegis soon, as Monet is working him up. IG do smoke though. So this is a do or die kind of smoke. If this fight doesn't work out, the game is over. So let's see what they've got here.
Yeah, they're approaching the pit, but at this point they might be a bit too late. They're going all the way, wrapping around Rosie, but
Roshan's still not dead. He only dies now, and they jump onto this Doom. Wukong's is out, but XXX might end up being able to still be impactful in this fight. He decides not to drop down the Doom, buys back instead to come onto this outpost. In the meantime, they've killed off the Lich. Oh, beautiful blast off, stunning up 3 heroes, including Dust inside of his own Wukongs. That enables Piggy to pop the egg, get it off and stunning absolutely everybody. They mop up Emo. Dust is about to die as well.
Yeah.
And even though Emo brought back, he knows it's over. GG, well played, is called. And Team Aster, with hopes of going to TI, shining bright in their eyes, they confirm a third and deciding game in this series. We are going the full distance, Lizard. China DPC, not over just yet.